take a second for Sunday with one of my favorite scripture stories from the New Testament. The road to Emmaus. There once was a man walking up a dusty street. Ahead of him were two other men. They had their heads together. They were talking very low, slowly. They seemed very sad. Well, the man walking behind them sped up a bit. "Excuse me," he said, "but you seem so sad. What are you talking about?" Well, the two men looked at each other and looked at the stranger and said, Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard what's been going on in Jerusalem? That Jesus Christ, who we thought was going to be the Messiah, to save us all, was crucified and has died. Well, we were all very troubled by this, but there is more disturbing news still. Some of the women who are part of his disciples have said that his body is gone from his tomb, and we don't know what has happened to it. The stranger had a twinkle in his eye, and he looked at them and said, "Haven't you studied the scriptures? Don't you know that if a Messiah is going to come, every prophet has testified that he will die and then be resurrected, come to life again?" Well, the stranger walked with the two companions far along the road, quoting every scripture and explaining all the words of the prophets. The two young men were going to be stopping at a town. The stranger made to walk on ahead of them. "Sir," said one of the young men, "it's nearly night time. Would you care to join us?" The stranger was happy to join them. They went together to an inn where they all sat together. The stranger picked up a loaf of bread and said a prayer over it. When they all looked up from the prayer, the two young men saw that the stranger was no stranger at all, but Jesus Christ, the very one who had died 3 days ago. The moment they recognized him, he vanished. I know that it really happened and that Jesus Christ is alive.